Hi, my friend, it's Pat Sloan here. I have Midnight Moon. I'm going to show you my sort of thoughts and process about how to get all these sashings done around them. Yes, and I worked on it last night. Have a little update on what Norm and Nannette are doing over there in Australia. And we're going to look at my goodies, try to get the rest of those viewed that are on the back table so that I can free that up, and maybe a Q&A. We'll see. I want a mail call. So first, let's look at Midnight Moon. I'm using the Summer Moon book. My friend Lisa Alexander is hosting this sew along, and I'm using April Rosenthal's fabric, so the Halloween fabric. So it's called Midnight Moon. Now last night at about 8:45, I think, I started to do some of the sashings, and I can usually sew to about 10:15, so that was about an hour and a half I could work on this. So what I did was I have the basket here with everything, all the blocks. Here are the rest of the medium. I started with the medium size. These are the large, and these are the small ones that are all done. And then this little stack of sashings, which is not going to be enough. So we're going to talk about that. So what did I do? I decided just to pull this black and white dot, which now I have only this amount left, and there's still large blocks to do. So I started to do that. I got just the black and white dots, and I cut all the fabric to do the frames. So, there's the framing, and the large one will be a similar process. And so for that amount of time, for like an hour and a half, I got all of these done, which was like about 7 blocks. So there's 24, I think, of the medium and 24 of the large. So I am going to try every night for the next few nights to cut, or maybe take a break while I'm doing other things and just come quick and cut some sashings so that I can keep this rolling along, because I do not want it to stall. At this point in time, I don't want it to stall with these sashings and sit here. So I thought I've got to jump start it. Now, the other thing is the fabrics, because when I started this, let's take a look here. I grabbed out this black and white dot. This one is very similar, but it has a gray dot. I have that big dot, which I have plenty of. There's plenty of the big dot. This is just used on the novelty ones or the bonus ones. And then I have the scattered, which I think I have enough of this, and maybe even have a fat quarter of it extra somewhere else. And then I had to pull just to do, I'm looking at this set here for the rest of the mediums. This particular fabric, I don't have any more of that background fabric. And so I just pulled a white dot, which I'm probably going to use for all of these. These are sorted now by the background color. So I've got those all set, and I kind of know what I have. So I have to get a few more backgrounds, because I don't want to do heavy on these dots. Even though I have plenty of that, I don't want to, I maybe do a few more than where I actually used it, but I don't want a ton more. So I'd like to get something else in these range. So I went and got one of my bins. I have way too many bins of lights. Do you know I have this bin here, which is primarily like very few figures, just little tiny images, or reads very white on white, or reads white. And then I have one with more image-based things, and then I have a same size bin. Then I have a smaller basket of more heavy image on them. Why do I have all these lights? Well, we're going to do that quilt from that other book, and I'm going to use up a lot of those lights, those ones with lots of images. I just need to use them up and have some fun with them. Okay, I have digressed big time. Okay, let's come back here. I need to find some things that will work. Okay, so I have some more of this black and white dot. That looks like the same thing. Yeah, okay, so I need that. But see, a lot of these are different colors, because this is the blossom. I got like a fat quarter bundle of all that. I have a lot of tone on tones. Like this is peach, pink, those just don't work. Now this one might work for some things. Instead of this white, I might add this in. This is a grunge, that's the brand name, by Basic Gray. Okay, let me keep that one out. Now I would like to have something that mimics this gray dot. So I have this, which is like diamonds. That's good. Okay, so we'll take that. And then maybe, here's another thing that has some imagery. I haven't used this at all, but it's got an image on it that might work for a couple of them. So there, now I think I have enough here. I think pulling that, I think that will be enough to do the rest of the mediums and the large, because the large are skinny strips. They're just adding just a little bit of frame around all of them so that all the blocks would get them all to the same size and they kind of float on that background. So my goal will be to tonight cut more for the medium, and I might just buck up and cut all the medium. Just cut them all, just do it, and then see how much I start sewing. And then after that, go to the large ones and work on it through the rest of the month, and hopefully not into September, but we will see. We will see what I get done. All right, so that's how this project is going on. And I'm happy I kick-started it. I just really, really needed to do that. I was getting a little afraid that, I'm putting things away here. I was getting a little afraid that it was just gonna sit. And I thought, I just cannot let that happen, cannot. Okay, so what do we have? Let's do a little Norm and Nannette update, and then I'll get all the goody stuff out, because I also have something fun to show you that goes along with that. I can't wait to show it to you. Okay, Mr. Norm and his Nannette are visiting with Kendall. Now, he did tell me the other day, he says, you know, they were chattering a lot, and so, you know, they just needed to go take a break for a bit. So they were gone for the day, went off and did some things. But here is a picture of them where they went to tea. So it looks like they're having coffee and cake and afternoon tea. And so they're having a very grand time, getting to know each other better. And it looks like love is blossoming quite quickly. Now, of course, they have been corresponding. So you know how that goes. You can correspond and fall in love with somebody and meet them. And it seems like it's quick, but you really have known the person for quite a long time. So there they are, the little lovebirds. Now they have more adventures. They are going to be going to some other places. They together, yes. So we have heard that. So you just have to stay tuned. You have to come back every few days. It might be, you know, a little longer, but I'll be giving you updates on what they're doing. So fun. Okay, behind me. Remember that I said I showed you there was like a crease in here? Looks pretty good now, doesn't it? So what I did is I wet it, because just steaming it did not work. This is wool batting, by the way. Whether that makes a difference or not, I was under the understanding wool didn't hold the creases quite as heavily, but this one was really hanging on to this crease, and it's still there. I still need to work on it, but what I did is just wet this part, and I wet it only from the top, and it did wet through pretty good. And then I threw it in a hot dryer and just let it dry for a little bit, not real long, and that loosened it up. But there's still some there. So I had Dennis, who is one of our ambassadors, been with me forever, my longtime friend. And so Dennis told me, he says, what you might do is wet it from the back and the front, and then just sort of manipulate it. I'm trying to avoid just washing the whole thing, which would probably solve it too. I don't know why I'm avoiding that, but I just want to see what the options are and experiment, and this is a perfect thing to do to experiment on. So the next time I take it down here, I will wet the back and the front, and then sort of manipulate that line to get the fibers sort of unlocked, and then dry it. So we'll see if that works. You just never know. Okay, let me get the stuff from on the side here, so hold on. Let's start with some of the little things, which I'm keeping in this basket that were from one of our friends. First, I've got some of these cute little sticky notes. So if you like cute sticky notes, they come in pink, it looks like yellow or peach and light green. So those are darling. Also found these egg drop floss holders. Oh my goodness, they are so cute. So cute. So look at that. Look how cute that is. Do you have chickens? How many of you have chickens? You need these if you have chickens, right? Okay. I had gotten, Fat Quarter Shop sent me one of their needle minders. This is one of Lori Holt's with the apron, so I thought that was super cute. For those of you who like aprons. Okay, for cross stitch, two things. One, my boo crew is almost done. If you consider almost done having just the white and the broom to do. Oh, and the candle, the flame on the candle. So there it is. I've got, there is quite a bit of white to outline, but it's not bad. I think that'll go fast. So I'm working on the broom and then the light on the candle, on the candlestick. Now I have been using these needles, and so they are a ball point. They have a tiny little ball on the end of them, and I love them. Love them. If you have cross stitch and have never tried them, give them a try. Okay, then I got this in because Melissa, who is our ambassador, has been using these binding needles when she does her binding from Primitive Gatherings. Links are down below in the description box of my video for all of these things, and thank you for using my links because all of that helps support my small family business. It helps support Greg and I. When you use our links, we get a small bit of that. It's a commission, so it's a very small commission, but the more of you who use them, then that really helps keep everything going. And so these are needles that are specifically Lisa Bongine likes for doing her binding. And so they're a bit firmer, I think. You know, that's in my case, they're a bit firmer. I like to bend needles. I purposely bend them all because I don't like straight needles. I like them with a very slight little curve. I just find that more comfortable. But these are a little thicker needles, so you might like them for doing your binding. Okay, so Melissa loves them and she recommended them. So I'm going to try them next. I don't do a lot of binding by hand, but the next time I do, I'm ready. Okay, so now I have some fabric to show you. The best part. And something fun that has to go with one of the fabrics. Let me show you the other fabric first. It doesn't have the fun part. So I got in some Christmas things. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Greens. See, I love this vintagey, right? This vintage... The vintage imagery, oh, that's the best. That's the best. And so you can see here there's multiples. Love the plaid. Look how pretty those white berries are. That just pops. And little bitty stars. That is super cute. Words and a big plaid. Candy canes. And there's like a two-tone. I'm just so into the two tones. Green and white. And there's more vintagey Santas. Aren't they adorable? Adorable. And then here it is and with a light background. Ah, looks so good. And oh, there's a whole bunch of stars. There's a multicolor for that same fern. Candy canes and red and white. Oh, it looks so good. Okay, with red, here's more Santas. Yeah, red. Santa's on red. I love the Santa. I'm gonna have to do something with this. Red, candy canes, red plaid. Super cute. Super cute. Okay. So I have another Christmas one to show you. I'm going to show it to you last because I have the special fun thing that goes with it. So let me just set this guy aside. One of our friends, and I don't even know where I got, I had to find this on an Etsy shop, and it's by Paintbrush Studios. Drop Dead Gorgeous it's called. But one of our friends had this crow fabric, and it must be a little bit older because I only found it on the Etsy shop. Drop Dead Gorgeous. But I have a friend who loves crows, and so I had to get that. And I'm going to do, I think, a little drawstring bag. That is my plan, but I had to get it. And of course, when I was in that shop, I had to get some other things. So I ordered this and some word stuff and an Alice. So all of those are... I just had to have them. So cute. Okay, this is my other Christmas share, is the fabric. This, do you remember Kath Holden? I did that whole quilt for my friend Roseanne with one of her woodsy line. Do you remember it was all those really busy, crazy prints, like a lot of things that look realistic? Well, this is her Christmas version. It's to die for. It is to die for. I have to take off. There we go. So here I'm going to be able to show you, and she collects this stuff and then converts it into the fabric so that they just, I don't know, they speak to me. I just think they're so fun. It's kind of that vintagey look. When I was talking about stickers that were kind of vintagey, this reminds me of that. And look at the Christmas. Look at the mushrooms. Yeah. and a dot, and she's got jingle bells. Oh, those are so cute. Those are so cute. Some of these are repeated. Another text print. These are like for your tree, right? Beads for the tree. Got tan dots. See, a couple of these are, look, see the tan is behind. It's the same tan that is behind those trees. So you've got the prints on tan. Oh, there's music. Music notes. Look at that, like sheets of paper. So cool. I love all the text. Red, red, everything red. Red behind the trees. Red jingles. And look at this. Granny Square. It's like Granny Square Afghans, right? Look at that. It looks just like it. There's a white. There's green versions of everything. The beads. Then we got to aqua. Oh, look at that. Aqua trees. And another Granny Square piece. And some more text. Okay. Well, there is a black Granny Square piece. I don't know why I don't see it in there. They didn't put it in the layer cake, but oh my friend, look at this. Just look at this. Okay. Oh my goodness, I am just dying. This is so cool. This is so cool. I got a great big piece of it. I don't know why it wasn't in the layer cake. Maybe I just flipped it and didn't see it. Look at this. All right, we're gonna go on the other side of the table to finish up, because over there I have something to show you. I'm taking this with me. So look at this. This Afghan, crocheted Afghan, was made by my great grandmother, my mom. Look. I had to go look around for it and find it. It's big. It's stubbled. There it is. There's the whole thing. Look at how cute that is. She made this for me when I was born. So it's been mine ever since. And then somewhere along the way, my mom remembered that there was a baby blanket one that was hers. So this was made for my mom when my mom was a little girl. So it's probably about 75 years old. My mom's 82. But look how bright these colors are. Look at that. This looks like it must be acrylic or a woolen acrylic yarn from back then. And then she also did this one, or it could have been my Aunt June, which was her daughter. It was great Aunt June, but we just called her Aunt June. And here they didn't bother to use black to set them. They just used purple. Isn't that funny? I think that's pretty funny. But these are my treasures. These are my total treasures. I haven't had them out for a while, but totally had to have this fabric. I've got a nice big chunk. What I get, maybe 2 yards of this. So I need to do something. I might just have to have it quilted just by itself. Oh, I don't know. I have to do something, or use the rest of it. What I might do is do one of the layer cake quilts out of here with the line, and then maybe use this, get some more of it if I can, use it for a border and a backing. That's what I might do, because I definitely have to use that fabric up, use it and enjoy it with the Granny Square. All right, I have a roll call. I have a mail call. A roll call. I have a mail call. This is, tell me if you have Granny Square Afghans in your family, if you make them. I would just love to hear. I'd like to hear about it. So this is from Patty in Mississippi, and she said that she sent me this really cute card. And it turns out, I have to read this again. There's a couple of them together, Patty and Rita. So they were doing, Patty and Rita, they're here in the Sloan Zones, they told me. So they were on a shop hop in Tennessee. And first of all, they saw this pattern and they thought of me, a pattern called Gummy Bears. Perfect, you girls are so awesome. I love it. I'm going to have to make that too, because it's just so cute. And then, well, you can't send me a gummy bear pattern, can you, without some gummy bears? So there you go. They've sent me a nice big bag of the party hats, which is a really fun one, tasty one. And then 2 others. So look here. So these, I've tried these. They are super, super good. This is new for me, the Black Forest one. So I can't wait to try them. Real fruit juice, because that makes it healthy. You know, it's healthy. It's got fruit juice. Oh, and also my friends at the Fat Quarter Shop sent me a whole box of Mrs. Fields little cookies. Look, look, look. Look how cute. There's some, oh, so cute. Chocolate ones. Oh, yeah. Okay, my friend. Norm and Nannette are out doing their thing, visiting, getting to know each other in person. Kendall's taking a good care of them. I'm so happy to be able to share with you my my vintage granny square quilts. Oh my goodness. All right, I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. I will see you online.